Welcome to Coffee and Conversation, the podcast where we're going to talk about anything.
I'm Sika.
And I'm Jackie.
So basically, Sika?
Nothing is off table.
Yes, and we technically it's coffee and conversation, but we don't have coffee right now, but I do have water.
I had an apple.
Close enough.
I had an apple and some cheese.
And some cheese.
It was very good.
It did look really good.
Yeah, it was very good.
I wanted some. But you didn't even offer.
No, you were busy and I was hungry.
So, which means don't offer.
No, I wasn't willing to share. If I'm not willing to share, I'm not gonna offer it because then I'm gonna be disappointed if you say yes. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah, sometimes I think we offer...
just to be polite.
Just to be polite, like, would you like a piece of my cupcake? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't want to.
I was being nice, but now I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, so... I think that's very similar also when we talk about, this is completely off topic. Today we're supposed to talk about pet peeves, but we're gonna go a little bit off topic and talk about how we're always trying to be more polite than we mean to be, just to be nice. And it's very similar to Japan.
Well, I mean, it's also similar to just Canadians in general. Just always say
That's
sorry.
true.
You don't notice you say sorry, and then someone's like, stop saying sorry, and you're like, sorry, wait. I'm sorry. Like, it's just...
Did you know that apparently in Canada we have the apology law, where just because you say sorry doesn't mean you're guilty? And that's actually a thing that can't be used against you in court as a Canadian.
What do you mean?
Because we say sorry so much,
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean you're guilty of something.
Yeah, because we say it so much, it's almost like a habit, I guess.
Yeah, almost even like a sentence filler. Instead of, you could be like, sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
Instead of, it's, sorry.
Sorry, so Canadian. But let's get back to the topic of pet peeves, because you and I are similar yet very different.
Yeah.
And we have so many things that we don't agree with fundamentally in terms of...
I wonder why.
I don't know. Okay,
Because we are very similar, but yet very different, but still very similar.
Yeah,
It's weird.
but so different.
And similar.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's so weird. Okay, so in terms of pet peeves, I know that one of them for Sika is... I'll let you tell them.
I hate it when people are late.
Yeah, I don't mind if people are late. I actually prefer if I say, hey, show up at 6 and you show up at 6:15, I actually appreciate that extra time.
I don't. Well, I mean, 6:15 isn't so bad, but it's still gonna annoy me because I have a set schedule. So if I'm expecting you at 6, I'm ready at 6 for you.
Really?
So I'm just standing there just waiting because I was already planned for you. I have nothing else to do.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm just waiting there and boiling. Like,
Oh, no.
where are you?
Oh no.
Like the times you said, you're like, I'm gonna pick you up at 8:30 in the morning.
Yep.
And then you show up at 11.
Well, okay, so...
No.
Yeah.
No, because I'm awake earlier, and then I'm waiting at the door, and I text you, like, hey, it's like 8:45, you're already 15 minutes late. You just woke up.
I think that's the problem with being an insomniac too, is I can try and be up at a certain time, but I'll be awake all night and then finally fall asleep at 7 a.m.
I don't care. I have had
No mercy.
I have had insomnia. I've had days where I didn't sleep 3 days straight, and I
So-
still went to work
You get
for
ready.
6:30 in the morning.
But see, it's different from...
If I am told I'm gonna be picked up at 8:30.
You see, that's where we're very different.
Yeah.
I will show up to work on time. Same thing when I was teaching karate. I would show up like ahead of time.
Yes.
Work, I show up ahead of time.
Yes.
But I feel like the
Pick me up
comfort...
for work.
That's true. But I mean like set schedule work. You know, like school.
If you're saying 8:30, I expect
karate.
8:30.
So that means you're the kind of person who gets up earlier to get ready by that time.
Yes.
You see, the difference with me now is I start getting ready at 8. If I say 8 o'clock, in my head, I start getting ready at 8.
No, I'm picking you up at 8:30.
I know.
Okay.
I know what I said, but it's not what I do.
So don't say it. Because then I'm just waiting there, and by the time you pick up, I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
What about guests? So, by the way, let
I
us
don't
know.
hang out with people like that. You're the only person who does that to me.
Oh no, that's terrible.
You're the only person who does that to me.
That's terrible. So all your friends are punctual.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that does this to you.
Okay. It drives me nuts. And I think our brother is like that too. One of our brothers is like that.
Actually, okay, so here's the thing.
Geminis.
Yeah, both Geminis in our family are exactly the same when it comes to time.
Yeah.
So he likes it when people are on time.
Yeah.
or his day is ruined.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And he will ruin your day too.
Yeah, no, I'm not like that. Well,
You're thinking about it.
yeah, it depends, I guess, on my mood. But like, my day is gonna feel ruined, and then I'm gonna have trouble wanting to hang out with you because I'm still salty about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you were supposed to be here 2 hours ago. I don't even want to hang out anymore.
Yeah, our Gemini brother will legitimately ruin your day.
Yeah, that you've told me.
Tell you off, and then insult you in the process. And then you'll get angry, and the entire hangout is ruined.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I'm not that intense.
He's very intense.
I can be, but I usually don't get to that extent unless you've really pissed me off. So if you do it one too many times in a row, I'll probably do that.
Okay, well, luckily you bring yourself now.
Yeah, I bring myself now.
Bring yourself
I just wait in your office like...
Yes. On the other side, our non-Gemini brother is like me, but
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah, I know.
Like way worse.
Yeah,
If you tell him
both
show up at
piss me
6,
off.
no, but he's worse.
Yeah, I know. I'm very aware.
If you tell him show up at 6,
It's like 10 p.m. It's like
yeah,
6 a.m.
he might even ghost you all day.
He's like, oh, that was today? I'm like,
No. Yeah. The other interesting part about everyone in our family is we're all ADHD.
yeah.
And we're all taking
And it's so funny.
our medicine for ADHD too.
And it's funny too, I don't know if this is okay, but like, it's the two firstborns are the same and 2 lastborns are the same.
That's true. Yeah.
It didn't even zigzag out. I don't know if it's like how we were raised, like the 2 first were raised like, and the 2 other ones were like more tight ass or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but definitely the 2 older ones, so myself and our non-Gemini, and then the 2 Geminis are exactly
Similar in that.
in that sense. But even then, we're all so different from each other. And I think, when they talk about sibling placement and personality, I think we do fit that mold pretty well.
I don't really know the...
I think that would be another interesting topic for another podcast.
Yeah.
So, because they do say, firstborns have this characteristic, secondborns, middle children have this characteristic.
Well, I know the
baby
last...
of the family.
Yeah, I'm the baby of the family. I'm like... What's the word? I guess sassy. I guess we're more sassy. We're more,
Because by then, the parents had given up to a certain point, right? So you get away with everything.
Exactly. So I'm like more likely to get away with shit.
Yeah, I had to be home by dark.
Well, I've had issues like that too, though.
Yeah, I think that has to do with,
That's more ethnicity, I
yeah,
think.
the Arab way
Yeah.
for us growing up in a very strict household. I had to be home before dark.
I had to be home right after school. I wasn't allowed 10 minutes.
But you were still allowed to go play in the park.
For half an hour with Dad's pager. He had to page me back.
You had a pager?
Yeah, it was Dad's pager.
Really?
He literally gave me his pager, and he's like, when I page you, you run home. I'm like,
Run.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm like, Dad, you're 3 minutes late.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Where were you? I didn't hear the pager.
Oh no. Yeah, because you're supposed to play in the park.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to swing off things and you're
Yeah.
supposed to hear that little thing.
Pager.
Page.
Yeah, Dad used to page me home.
That's terrible. So I guess that was a pet peeve
I hated it.
for you.
I was like, can I just play for like an hour? He's like, no, half an hour. I'll page you when you're time.
Half an hour. By the time you get to the park, that's 10 minutes gone.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a 10-minute walk to the park. It was pretty sad.
I think parents are a pet peeve for both of them. Oh my gosh, like we have stories.
That's another topic.
That's a whole other topic.
Father.
He's probably gonna end up watching this.
Father.
We have bones to pick with you, father. Father. We have bones to pick. Oh goodness. The other pet peeves I have, which is something I still can't control because I am terrible at it, is being messy. I am messy, but I annoy myself.
So then how are you letting it slide if it's a pet peeve?
I think it's because I just can't bother to stop and think about it, to move things around constantly, so I need help organizing myself. I don't know if that's a
Then it's
crafter
not a
problem.
pet peeve.
I'm annoyed, like genuinely annoyed. I see my desk, and I know that things should go in their place, but then I know I could do other things. You're clean.
I'm very OCD.
She's very clean.
very OCD about my cleanliness.
Not to mention, like, I want to make a very, very clear distinction between dirty and messy. I am not dirty.
No, you're messy.
I'm messy. So speaking of Sika and being not liking messy, when we were young, we were all 4 of us in one bedroom. It wasn't even a big bedroom. It was probably a 9x7.
Yeah, it was a pretty small room.
Yeah, it was a really small room that only fit 1 bunk bed and a desk. So
Yeah.
for the computer.
It was one bunk bed, and it was single beds.
Yes.
And it was a handmade bunk bed, too, if I remember correctly. It was
Yeah.
like super ghetto.
So Dad had made us the bunk bed. So our younger brother was on top. Sika and I, we were in the bunk bed, the bottom. And then there was a pull-out mattress
From underneath
from underneath it where our older sibling slept.
Mind you, this is a single bed, so me and my sister were sharing a single bed.
We were, and there are stories.
cuddled.
We were I think that's probably another reason why we were very close.
Yeah.
Is because we were always
stuck.
sleeping in the same bed, but we were cuddled. You were always like, we were spooning each other so often. And I think we had good memories in that room, but at the same time, then that room ended up being yours.
Yeah, when
Alone.
everyone moved away.
Yeah, and then you had everything so organized.
Yeah, because I'm very OCD. I don't like how certain things are placed, and I place them a specific way, and I don't like how they're moved. I'm very capable of noticing when something moves.
Yeah, and you would get legitimately upset if
upset.
someone touched something.
Yeah, because you guys never put anything back in its place. I don't mind. If you're like, oh, cool, and then you just leave it there, obviously I'm gonna get annoyed. But if you're like, oh, cool, and you put it back, then that's fine.
But you didn't even want us touching it.
No, because I know you weren't gonna put it back.
See, that was something that you really wanted nobody
Yeah.
to touch.
I'm still like that.
Well, you're not as bad.
You don't live with me.
That's true. And then when I do come over to your place, I tend to not touch things.
No, you don't. You stay in the entryway.
Yeah.
I don't let you in. Like, stay at the door. You can you can touch the cats, and that's it.
Yeah, she's like, you want to come see the kitty cats? But I don't touch anything else.
Even my husband, like, he'll touch something and he'll put it just a little bit to the side, and I'm like,
That much.
yeah, and he's like, sorry. He puts it
That much.
Yeah. Don't like things being touched.
Oh no.
Leave it where it goes. It has a purpose.
So then the question is, does your husband actually put clothes like in the washer?
He doesn't know I do the washing. He doesn't touch anything.
So you have a pantry, like not a pantry, but
A basket.
a basket.
Yeah, we have a basket, and he likes to put his stuff right in front of the basket.
Is that a man thing?
I think it is.
That
because
is a
his
man
basket is okay. The bed, basket, clothes, basket, right there.
I think it is a man thing because even for me, the second I change clothes, I legitimately put it, even if I have to do a walk of nakedness, from the shower to the basket and put my clothes directly in there, and then I'll go shower.
Yeah.
If I have to do that, I'll do that. But when it comes to Pat and him putting his clothes, he'll put it on the side all over.
Yeah, I think it's a man thing.
I think it is a guy thing.
It's a man thing.
Yeah, why?
It's so annoying. I just told him this week.
And yet they love playing basketball, right? They like putting things inside the hoop. Just throw it in there. I saw this actual product where they put like a basket hoop on top of the actual...
And it works.
It works. Apparently it does. Or if you miss, you're gonna have socks on the floor though if they miss.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah.
I feel I'm gonna find cats in it though.
Probably.
Woo, kitten in there.
Kitten in the basket. Are your baskets shallow?
One of them is.
Okay, so that's probably where they get.
Yeah.
Well, at least you know that the one other cat.
Yeah, it won't get in there.
So that means you're...
Sometimes they sleep in the basket.
Really?
Yeah, if I leave the top open, they'll go in the basket and sleep in. I'm like, that's gross.
Yeah.
It's dirty.
It's true, but it's warm.
And it probably smells like us, so it's comforting, I guess.
That's true. That pets do like our scent, even though we may not like our own scent at some
Yeah,
time.
it's just so weird. when
Cats
they
are like, oh yeah, that's the stuff.
So there is one story I didn't tell you about, which is with how obsessive I am with people touching things, and because you're saying it's not as bad anymore, but it's because you don't see it. So I had someone come in and do renovations in our bathroom, and he had asked me, he was like, oh, do you mind if I come in sometimes when you're not here just to continue the renovations? I was like, no, I don't want anyone in my house when I'm not home. He's like, why? Do you think I'm going to steal something? I was like, no, I just don't like people touching things when I'm not home. Like, I'm very, what's the word? I notice things right away when they're moved. And he goes, what do you mean? I was like, I just don't like things being touched. So he goes into the bathroom, he's like, okay. And then he sees, like, the counter, and he sees that I have, like, air freshener in the bathroom, and he just looks at me, he takes the can, he just moves it over, and he looks at me.
No, he did it on purpose.
Yeah, and then I was like, and he started laughing. I was like,
Oh, that son of a
God.
biscuit.
I was like, okay, like, we're gonna have an issue if you start f***ing with me like that. Like, I'm not having this. And he started laughing, so I was just watching him the whole time. I didn't want to leave him. I was like, stop touching my face.
Oh no. So he was just looking to provoke you.
Yeah.
Kind of like I guess a playful.
Yeah, it was playful, but I was like, mm-mm.
Kind of. Yeah, I've never had that issue because I work from home more often now, so when we had renovations, I was constantly able to go up and down. And luckily the guys that do the renovations here, they know that they're supposed to put things back in their place.
Oh no, he doesn't put stuff back.
Oh no.
There's a mess too, and I'm like, I just cleaned.
So I don't have that issue though for things to be exactly where they need to go, because I like to move things around, and I'm very quick to throw things away too. If I don't see a purpose for them, I'm good to donate and throw things away. So the emotional value of items for me don't really stay for a long period of
I
time.
hoard things.
Yeah, you have a whole hoard of snacks. She hoards snacks
Until they expire.
in her closet, nonetheless. Not even in the cupboard.
Because I don't want my husband touching them.
Yeah, because he'll go through them very quickly.
I'm like, that's special edition.
Special edition, don't eat it, but you're supposed, because then it goes bad.
It's all in one shot.
That's true.
Like he can buy, like the huge packs of cookies.
Oh, I know how much
have
he eats.
3 rows.
Oh, you don't need to tell me how much
And
he
he eats that in like 2 hours, and I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't have a cookie.
He eats monstrous proportions, especially when we went to Japan before everything. Yeah. When we went to the grocery store, he picked up like 10 rice balls.
Yeah, 10 onigiri.
10. Usually a meal, let's say a normal person will have between 1 and 3.
Yeah, I'd see maximum of 3.
And he picked up 10.
Yeah, and he was like,
I'm not sorry. That's what he said. I'm like, no, you will be sorry. You put those back and just get them fresh when you want them.
yeah, because we lived right next to them too. It was
Yeah.
like a 5-minute walk at most. He's like, no, but it'll be for later. I'm like, no, you're like, no, they're not gonna taste good later. Just go pick up more. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. I'm like, babe, put those down.
Just put those down. Get them fresh when you need it. I think my biggest pet peeve also has to do with food. People who chew loudly.
Yeah.
Not the crunching. I don't mind crunching. It's the, that sound, but consistent.
Yeah.
All the time.
The only time we ever did it is to overtaste food. Remember when we used to do it with peanut butter
Yeah.
and jelly?
Because research, again, this is just what I'm reading. It might be completely different now, but I read that when you eat with your mouth open and you let oxygen get into your mouth while you're chewing, there's more flavor. And that's when we tested it.
Yeah, we tried it
it's
with
true.
peanut butter and jelly, I think.
Yeah.
That was a couple years ago. We're going to have to try it again.
But it's true though, like when we were eating and we did that to mix in the oxygen with the food, there was more flavor, right?
I think so. I mean, it's been like probably 10 years.
It's been a while. Like, we were much younger
Much
back then and we
younger.
were trying.
Yeah.
But it did, we should try it.
Yeah, we should probably try it again.
We definitely should. I still don't like it when people chew with their mouths
No, it
open.
just sounds gross.
Yeah, and then you could see the food.
Yeah.
Is just close your mouth,
Just
please.
stop. Just enjoy it alone.
Yeah, just stop.
I don't need a show.
I don't need a show. I don't need to see your food.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear it.
Yeah. People's chewing gum like that too.
Yeah, I think it's called
The cow chew.
cow chew when you're opening your mouth so wide.
I'm like over salivating thinking about all.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I'm like starting to salivate. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm over salivating now.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, like this whole way. Just spit up like that.
I don't like this. I don't like when this is going. But food for sure.
Yeah.
And sounds are my pet peeve. And for you, it's more the time.
Time and cleanliness. Or like
Organization. Yeah, I think for you, it's organization. And I think when you're here, you do help me become more organized.
Because it drives me nuts. I can't focus.
But it helps. I think that's...
You're working, you're like, okay, let's work. And I'm just like,
You're like, but there's so much to do.
So much
Let me
shit
clean this
everywhere."
off. And yeah, for me, I need that kind of, in French we call it encadrement,
yeah.
where a person needs a kind of
Framing.
yeah, is that what it's called in
Yeah, I
English?
think so.
A framed environment in order to thrive in.
Yeah.
And I think I would be so much more efficient if I had that kind of
More
energy.
organization.
And that's why you're here. To help me organize.
You're gonna drain me with all that organization. I'm gonna get home.
I'll be like all energetic. You'll be drained by the
I'm
end of
gonna
the
get
day.
home and I'm like, I don't even want to clean my house.
Oh no. I'm not asking you to clean. Just help me organize.
Oh my god.
But you're good at it. I mean, you reminded me of like the different emails I need to answer and different things, and you like shut down the lights when I keep forgetting, and that's like by 10 p.m.
Yeah,
the lights are being
I'm
shut.
super obsessed.
I like that.
I'm just very like, I don't know why I'm like this.
But we don't take things personally either. And I think that's probably the other. Well, at least I don't.
Depends what.
I can see you thinking about it.
Depends what.
But we get over it.
Yeah, we get over it, but it depends what.
Yeah, that's true. I think that'll be a whole other topic
Yeah.
for a whole other day. But for now, thank you for listening to us rant about pet peeves and airing out each other's husband's dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Right?
Literally. A dirty husband.
Dirty husbands and dirty laundries.
The basket's right there.
I know, just put it in the basket. This is Coffee and Conversation signing out. Have a great day, and don't forget to hydrate with whatever beverage of your choice.
Not coffee, it's not hydrating.
That's why I said beverage of choice.
Don't do like we do.
Don't do it. We'll see you in the next podcast.